Hey, good morning. My name is Jared. I host a daily live podcast where we discuss news and politics. And recently I've been seeing a lot of people that are like crashing out and like saying like, oh, it's time. And it's just like, listen, real G's move in silence, like the G in lasagna. Stop talking about it and be about it is the tip. There's a reason that I've said this whole time, stop using Facebook, Threads, IG, WhatsApp, Messenger, Twitter. I told you, stop telling people what you're gonna do. Period. And mostly, I'm talking about stop writing down your movements and saying, going to the park, going to the pool, going to work. Like we have made ourselves super easy to track. And I am not one of those people that's saying like, turn off your location, get a burner before you go to a protest. No, you're justified. Notice the lack of counter protest. There's not a legitimate argument against, hey, I've tried to talk about this several times, but I've never met anyone that called themselves a Republican or a Democrat. It's always, and so we gotta stop with this team shit. What the fuck are you talking about? Right? I just watched a video where they were talking about like conservatism is about maintaining the support for institutions. That's not what Donald Trump has done. He's not conserving anything, right? The rapid dismantling and destruction of USAID flies in the face of conservatism. My thought process here is Donald Trump is Krasnov, is attempting to weaken the U.S. military establishment. And again, I'm a former Lance Corporal. I'm a fucking nobody, and I'm happy about that. So, what the fuck? I ain't no fucking war hero. Okay, I joined the Marine Corps because the economy collapsed. I was working two jobs a day, couldn't make ends meet. So before you say like, oh, you joined to kill brown people, it's like, nah, fam. I actually joined to stop that from happening. You know what I mean? To be the better. They say discretion is the better part of valor, right? Having the mental capacity for this is just as important as being willing to pull the trigger. And I'm saying all this to say, again, I'm a data analyst. I'm a math kid. So now I look at this situation that's going on with Donald Trump. First of all, forcing multiple government agencies all to become ICE agents because they can't get enough. They can't get enough people to apply. Nobody wants to do this. You understand, in order to be an ICE agent, you have to sacrifice your family. Your wife's going to leave you. Your kids will never fucking talk to you again. And for the certain percentage of married men, that sounds fucking glorious. I'll do whatever Donald Trump needs me to do. But I mean that in a they will see you and turn the other way forever. Just like I do. If I know that you voted for Donald Trump in the last 8 years, I'll never speak to you again. That's how that's going to work out for you. And when you need help, I won't be there. That's how that works out for you. And so what I want to make sure that I say is that Donald Trump is weakening the military purposefully. I was thinking about 1,700 National Guardsmen to 19 cities is basically a single company per city. It's less than 90 people. Why would you do that? And it's not even a show of force. 90 National Guardspeople? That's not even an entire company of people. That's more like not even a whole company. Yeah. It's certainly not a battalion or regiment. And if you think about, let's say you're going into a city with 100,000 people in it. Okay. You would send in 100,000. You wouldn't send in like 90 people. This isn't Call of Duty. This is real life. These are real people. And my fear, here's what I know. Most Americans, they may be dumb as fuck, but they know what time it is. So when they see the National Guard, and I see National Guard downtown Indianapolis when I go to the Colts game, you're just going to wave. I can't imagine being in their position. First of all, I don't do shit without getting paid and housed and fed. And if the National Guard didn't learn anything in LA, that the president, this is all about a show of force, and it is absolutely not about results, and he is absolutely not going to take care of the people that do his bidding. So understand that if you're willing to die for Donald Trump, he ain't going to do shit for you. And by deploying the National Guard to 19 cities and only sending like 90, less than 100 people to each city, I'm not even worried about the civilians engaging the military. They don't have, the civilians are better armed than the military in this scenario. And it's by design. The president of the United States, he wants you to take up arms against your military so they can justify drawing the big boy weapons and then turning this into a big boy fight. And think about the president of the United States is doing this to distract you from the fact that he cheated to win this election and did it with the help of our greatest enemy, Russia. And now the president is trying to start a war with Venezuela. And so think about when you start spreading out your forces, right? You got the National Guard in 19 cities in the United States. You sent the military down to Venezuela, right? And then you think about, we are spreading ourselves intentionally thin. We are making ourselves susceptible to an attack. Other countries know, or at least they think, that country is a powder keg and all it takes is a match and the whole thing goes. And I just want to point, that's not how that works. That's not what we are as Americans. First of all, the military is not drawing their big boy weapons, and they don't have ammo in their guns, and they're not drawing on Americans. And as a veteran that lives in one of the cities that the National Guard's going to, if it were to happen, if a bad actor were to load their firearm and pull it and shoot at an American citizen, I just hope for justice for that person immediately. I don't care what it is. If they get tackled and arrested or they die right there on the fucking spot. I've tried to tell you, there is zero reason for an American soldier to draw their firearm on an American citizen. It should never fucking happen in a million fucking years. Now, Donald Trump wants that to happen. This regime, they want that to happen. Because if it's the military, it's not them. It's a distraction from them. Remember, they did all this fuck shit. Donald Trump did. And obviously, the dude didn't unalive yesterday. And that's okay. That's okay. Clock's fucking ticking, and that time is running out. It's not like he's getting more time every day that he's here. It's like, no, the clock is still running. Juice is still flowing. So, for everybody that's like really upset that Donald Trump didn't die yesterday, I just want to continue to point out that the president of the United States, Donald J. Trump, his wives, he used his own wives, his children. He used his own children. He worked with his best friend, Jeffrey Epstein, and his best friend's girl, Ghislaine Maxwell, for the better part of 20 years to run an international organized crime ring. And the reason I stopped saying like a sex crime ring is because the real crime, and again, this isn't to diminish what Donald Trump did to a whole bunch of young people, a whole bunch of people over the course of his life in terms of grape. But more so that Donald Trump could surround himself with other business leaders and world leaders and have pictures and video of them so that in the future he could use that to coerce them and have some kind of like have dirt on them. Right? So you can always get whatever you want because you could just say, like, I could just put out these pictures from this party that you were at. And oh, by the way, I'm not in them. That's how Donald Trump it works. So, but my fear is that it's making us more susceptible to outside attack from like foreign countries landing their military on our land. Yeah. When you got your forces spread thin and spread all over, and you're trying to manage multiple conflicts, and you're looking for loyalists within the military that'll do your bidding, and you're having a problem doing that. This is the ample time for Russia and Venezuela are planning a counterattack on American soil. Watch. And again, all of this without firing a shot. All of this has happened up at this point without firing a shot. So all you Second Amendment people that were like, in case the government is tyrannical, they're deporting American citizens. They're deploying the National Guard to 19 cities in the United States. Tyrannical yet? Where are you? Where are all my Second Amendment people? Where are you at? Where are all the people like Cliff Cash that said that this regime was not going to get in power? What happened? Did you bitch out? Have a good rest of your day.